Warning: the following episode of Orsini's Uncensored Mind contains explicit language and adult content. The thoughts and opinions stated on the show are reflective of AJ Orsini and his guests exclusively. But seriously, guys, the show's called Uncensored. If you got a problem with bad language, I really don't give a shit.
Welcome to Orsini's Uncensored Mind, and now your host, AJ Orsini.
How the hell is everybody out there? This is your boy, this is your main man, this is your host of Orsini's Uncensored Mind. That is me, AJ Orsini, and this is episode 54, bitches. 54. 54. 54. That's what we're doing here. Turn that audio off. God damn it, I'm on a roll here. Butter me, baby, I'm on a roll. How the hell is everybody doing out there? I know I said that in my intro, but I'm genuinely curious. How the hell are you guys right now? Energy level's kind of spiking because I am beyond exhausted right now. Beyond. Hopefully that leads to euphoric conversation because I got bones to pick with you motherfuckers. I got a lot of shit to talk about. I always say that all the time, and it's fucking true every single time. I have 100% accuracy with that fucking comment. There's a lot to fucking talk about. A lot of shit to get to. All of it pisses me off. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I almost did Tony the Tiger, though. I'm not sorry, the Tiger. Which one was the Kool-Aid guy, right? Oh, yeah. I always confused those two for some fucking reason. I have no fucking clue. Dude's is about to get taken to task here tonight, baby. AJ's about to get uncensored because this shit is pissing me off. So much to do. So much to do. Okay, let's pay some bills here. Let's talk about some stuff regarding the show first. Okay? So, for those of you who are unaware, some great milestones have been hit for the show here. First and foremost, this is the part where I thank all of you. And I'm not saying that facetiously. I mean it from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much for everything you guys have done for the show. I didn't think it would get this far. I really didn't. I say it sarcastically, but it's the truth. I didn't think I'd get to this point. This is crazy. This is crazy. The success of this show has been successfully crazy. I'm not way. Wow. Not way. I am just, I'm at 15 countries right now. That part I think you already knew. I'm at 15 countries. I had the list in front of me a second ago. I don't know where the fuck it is. And I don't care at the moment. Oh, no, wait, here it is. I got it. Oh, I do care now. Just a second ago, I know I said that I didn't care, but I totally care. I care very much. Hold on. Let's let this thing load. I don't have the usual picture viewer on my laptop anymore. I don't know where it went. I got some bootleg new age shit, and it sucks. We'll have that conversation later, as a matter of fact, when it comes to old shit, new shit. Anywho, here we go. List of 15 countries who have downloaded my show, and I would like to thank individually. That's what we're going to do right now. I'm going to thank these fuckers individually. First and foremost, United States, thank you so much for having my damn back. You know, you're like home to me, especially since you are my home. And that's where I live. That's where I made my baby. That's where I live with my baby in the great old U.S. of A. Second big shout out goes to the United Kingdom. My God, you have come through big time. My numbers in the UK right now are great. So thank you out there in the UK area. The UK is it's tricky. Isn't UK like a system of things? I know people think of England, but isn't it like a whole, I don't know how that works. If you're from the UK and you're listening to this show, please clarify, because I know there was a thing with Brexit and like a whole political shift and shit. Because isn't the UK like also, I have to do my homework on this. I'm in the dark when it comes to this. If the show's going to be international, I got to start educating myself on international shit. Like, I'm not really certain how the hell that works. I think England, but it doesn't say England. It says UK. So, the third highest downloaded country, Sweden. Yeah, I have them in order, folks. Sweden. I love you. I love your chocolates. Or is that Germany? Which one's known for the? I know Swedes are known for hot chicks, tall, statuesque, blonde, blue-eyed women. Love it. Love your country. Love it. Republic of Korea. I looked this up because I was always under the impression it was North Korea, South Korea. See, this is my ignorance coming through again I'm just stereotypical American. I don't know shit outside the bubble of America. I know a few things here and there, but obviously none to the degree of figuring out Republic of Korea. But I looked it up. My download in particular came from South Korea. So there you go. There's that. So thank you guys for downloading the show. In, what's this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fifth place comes France. Thank you. Oui. Thank you. Brazil comes in at number 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 7 goes to Algeria. 8 to Syrian Arab Republic. 9 goes to Australia. Thank you very much. I'm not going to keep numbering them. Canada, Germany, Ghana, Indonesia, St. Kitts and Nevis. Which, if you don't know, when I first got downloaded in St. Kitts, I had to fucking look it up because I didn't even know that fucking thing was a country, and I had to look it up just to make sure like Podbean wasn't ribbing me. I'm like, what the hell is this? But sure enough, I have some downloads from there, and then of course, last but definitely not least, thank you. But you're one of the newer ones, of course, so maybe the numbers will go up from there. But the Netherlands comes in, so that's 15 countries. This show is being heard in. I didn't think I would be heard in Pennsylvania, let alone in St. Kitts and Nevis. St. Kitts and Nevis is one of the islands in Bermuda or some shit like that. It's in the Caribbean. So they're getting down with some more CD's Uncensored Mind over there. So that's pretty effing cool. So 15 countries. The show is being heard in. I cannot possibly thank you guys enough for everything that you've done for the show. I thank you guys very, very, very much. As far as the downloads, we have hit another milestone here. I've been doing this show since October 11th. That is October. That's the exact date, September 11th. So that gives me 1, 2. That's it, 2. 2 weeks. As a matter of fact, this Wednesday would be October the 10th. So it will be my 1-year anniversary in 2 weeks. That is crazy. I honestly did not think I'd be doing it for a year. Every week, consistently for a year. I did not think I had it in me to do that. So I'm very shocked and I'm very amazed not only at myself, but for my family and friends allowing me to keep doing this shit. Why do you fuckers keep giving me the time and opportunity to do this shit? It's to a point where people are so used to me doing the show that people send me shit to talk about. Oh, they'll tag me in shit or they'll message me shit. It's like, bro, you got to bring this shit up on the show. One of those topics, by the way, I will be discussing here that was brought to my attention. They wanted me to talk. As a matter of fact, I got so wrapped up in it. It's going to be the top story of the evening. And this is going to cause some debate. But I don't care because I love debate, and I will go back and forth with you. And some people are going to feel like I knifed them in the back. There might be some betrayal here. There might be. So stay tuned, motherfuckers. Anyway, I'm not done thanking people. We're not done because there's more milestones for me to discuss. So my downloads, the reason why I brought up how long I've been doing this. I've been doing this, in 2 weeks, it'll be 1 full year since I started the podcast, episode 1, Rules and Regulations. You can check that out by going to ajoursinine.podbean.com if you're not already there. I brought that up because in that 1-year quest, my goal, I didn't think I'd be doing this for a full year. I actually thought I'd fizzle out somewhere around the summer. But even then, I thought maybe a couple hundred downloads. You know, I got enough friends and family and fans for my wrestling career that I'm sure would have downloaded a few episodes here and there. That was the best case scenario. I thought, yeah, a couple hundred, that'd be pretty cool. I'd be pretty stoked about that. And as I discussed in a video that I put on my Facebook page, I have gone over the 2,000 downloads mark, which is huge for me. I know there's a lot of other podcasts out there way higher than me. I'm not trying to boast or suck my own dick here. I'm just extremely happy and appreciative of getting to that point because I didn't think I would. I honestly did not think that I would. There wasn't a day where I sat there and said, you know what, I'm going to get thousands of downloads because I'm just so ridiculously awesome that people won't resist. That was not the plan Although, pat on the back, it became true. No, I'm joking. I didn't think it'd get that far, so that's another milestone that we've hit this week. Apparently, according to Spotify, I hit 2,000 downloads almost 2 weeks ago. But for whatever reason, my numbers did not change for like a full week. I guess it was some sort of system glitch. I have no idea. But the system in which I use to keep count of all these downloads, it stayed at one fixed number for forever. And I was curious for a minute, because sometimes it does that. It'll be like a day or two, like you got to refresh, and it catches up. But this shit was there for like a week. So it got me concerned. For a second, I was like, there's got to be something wrong with the system. And then I started thinking about it. Did people just stop listening altogether? Like, as a group, did you guys, like, create a Facebook group that I'm blocked from so I can't see, where it's like, fuck it, or CD's Uncensored Mind? Where you guys made a decisive decision to just be like, not only are we not listening to this guy anymore, but we need to make sure he's never heard again. That's what I thought was happening. Like, my brain was fucking scrambling around. And then all of a sudden, like the snap of a finger, all these numbers just poured in. I jumped immensely. And it was all different platforms bringing their numbers in. Stitcher, for whatever reason, Podbean wasn't taking into consideration these other platforms, and they didn't do it till later. So I found out that it was like a week or two of backed up shit, and all of a sudden here we are. I'm over 2,000 downloads. So 15 countries, 2,000 downloads, not bad, not too shabby. Just getting started, just getting warmed up, folks. But one more thing I have to discuss, and I have to thank for you guys as well. I always like to mention the platforms that the show was on. Of course, you can go to ajorum.podbean.com, which has its own app. Podbean has an app. That's usually like based on the stats that I keep on the website. Usually it's Podbean, either the app or through the website that people listen to the show, which is awesome. If that's your primary source, go with it. Go with it. Go with your gut on that. But I do have other platforms, and those platforms have helped me out immensely in getting me downloads and getting more attention to the show and helping me promote the show through advertisements and things like that. I can't even begin to describe to you how crazy it is to think that there's people hitting me up and trying to invest and getting sponsorship deals coming through. And I'm telling you right now, like, there's so many things. Like, in 2 weeks, I'm going to be celebrating my first complete year as a podcaster, and where I am now to where I was when I started is it's two different worlds. It's not even the same fucking stratosphere. It's a completely different world. I have more fans, and I've made this joke before, and now I know it's true based on recent conversations. I have more fans from when I started the show. In the 1 year, I have more fans now than in the 7 years or 8 years I was doing the wrestling business. And that's amazing to me and humbling and just very awesome and very cool. So I have a bunch of platforms that I'm on: iTunes, Stitcher Radio, Spotify, TuneIn Radio, Google Play Music, Listen Notes, and Castbox.fm are the primary places. And then they all have subset websites and apps you can listen to the show. Again, if you Google or CD's Uncensored Mind, you can check out the show in many ways. And now I've found out that I was approved, and now I'm announcing officially here for the show that you can now listen to the show through iHeartRadio. I am officially on iHeartRadio. It's another platform for the show. You guys should all know iHeartRadio by now. It's one of the biggest streaming sites out there. It's right up there with a Spotify or a iTunes. Really, those are like the major stream sites, and I'm on all of them, and that's so crazy to me. Like, just saying it now, like, when I got that email, like, my wife was excited. My wife is just, I gotta take a minute there. My wife's super proud of everything that I've been doing. My family is super proud of everything that I've been doing, and it's really been motivating me to a degree like nothing else in my entire life. I've never been this motivated to literally do anything in my entire life. I'm sorry. Then I gotta calm down now. I might have to pause this, but I cannot be more thankful to my family and friends for everything they've allowed me to do in my entire life. Forget the podcast for just a second, but I've never had the issue of support ever in my entire life. There's so many stories that I always hear, even from some of my friends, where family, friends, they all point a finger and say, "You can't do it." My family and friends always point at me and say, well, why aren't you doing it yet? It was always the opposite. People always expected me to do things, and I got to admit, as a kid, it's pretty intimidating, but as an adult, I appreciate it now more than ever, because with this show and everything that's been going on, I say the word all the time, humbled, and people see it as a cliche, but I could not be more humbled every single time something cool happens. And to get iHeartRadio after so many people I know for a fact, so many podcasters that I know and that I've associated with over the years, have had so many trouble getting on iHeartRadio for their terms and conditions and content, and same thing with Spotify and same thing with iTunes, and the fact that I have an explicit content program and still manage to get on, still get approved, and still get distributed the way that I've been distributed, it's such a humbling thing, and it's so huge, and I really hope you guys understand where I'm coming from when I say I just love you guys. Thank you so much. I know I've taken up a chunk of the show with this, but fuck it. I needed to get this off my chest because it's been building up. It's been bubbling. And so thank all of you guys truly and humbly for everything that you guys have done for me, my family, and the show, supporting the show, you guys with the T-shirt and sharing the episodes. And I've been added to all these different groups on Facebook where I'm being told, hey, share your show in here, man. They'd love to hear it. I have people that I don't even know who are just supporting the show out of love for what I'm doing, and so thank you guys so much. It really is cool to be in this position right now. And this is just year one, guys. In 2 weeks it'll just be year one, and like I said, I didn't think I'd get to year one, and now I can't see myself doing another full year. I got more big things coming up. I got more just ridiculously awesome plans. Not just wrestling wise, but all kinds of guests, and I have a contest idea that's coming out soon. 1 year's coming up. I wanted to do a raffle for that, for T-shirts and stuff. It's going to be a lot of shit going on. You guys got to pay attention to the social media and stuff, because there's going to be a lot of shit going on. I want to give, as a thank you to you guys, free of charge, I'll be paying out of my own pocket for this. I want to get you guys some free shit. I want to get you guys some free merch, some shirts. I got some other stuff coming down the line as far as merchandise is concerned. There's going to be a lot of crazy things going on, and I just want to give you shit because I just feel like you guys have given me so much shit. So thank you guys. Again, 15 countries, over 2,000 downloads, and now iHeartRadio on the list. This fucking show is just going out of control, man. This thing is just spinning in a positive way. It's just out of control. So thank you guys. I've rambled enough about this, but I just wanted to get my heartfelt thank yous out there and get that out of the way, because now we got business to tend to. See, you guys like the show and you guys listen to the show because you guys want me to talk about certain topics, and I've got fucking certain topics right here in front of me. Now, there are wrestling related topics, and the first thing I want to dabble on here is independent wrestling. I'm going to talk about this for just a quick second because I've made the comments before of being interested in talking about independent wrestling companies. I am an independent wrestling guy. I've always been, clearly. I've never been signed to the WWE or never had a Ring of Honor contract, never had an Impact Wrestling contract. Now, I've worked with everybody in those companies, but I've never actually physically had a contract. So I've been pretty much indie my entire fucking career, my entire fucking life. So I always want to support. But the problem is I only really want to support what I feel comfortable supporting. Okay, so I want to clarify this because last week I put a status up and I spoke a little bit about it on the podcast where I'm interested in talking more about independent wrestling companies on the show, especially in the upcoming year here. And it's very hard to do that because a lot of these shape-shifting companies, a lot of moving parts, a lot of things going down, management always changes, talent always changes, champions always change. There's not a whole lot of consistency in the independent wrestling scene. I made those comments, and I was quickly corrected by many. Apparently, there are a lot of promoters out there who do the damn thing right, who entertain through storyline, through action. There's a lot of great companies out there. So what I had decided to do was I blew on the conch shell here. I'm just like, guys, if you know a great wrestling independent company, one that you know for a fact deserves to be pushed a little bit more, that you don't feel is getting the respect that it really truly deserves from the wrestling populace, let me know. And I will research it. I will look it up. I will do the homework. And then I will get the information out to the rest of the world, man. 15 fucking countries. Let's start doing some real fucking business. So I said that last week. And I have to update you guys that I've gotten a lot of great responses. A lot of people have sent me information about their companies and some YouTube channels, some event flyers coming up, different matches they have coming up, talent they've worked with. I've been speaking with talent from all around the country, believe it or not. Guys that I've seen that I'm very interested in. We've exchanged messages back and forth. If I haven't hit you up, just know that is not an invitation to start flooding my mailbox. I know who I like, and I know who I'm going to want on my show. I will probably, if I like you, trust me, I will get to you. If I haven't gotten to you yet, just wait it out, man. Just give me a minute to get there. But definitely want to talk more independent wrestling. Great responses from people. Great responses. Keep it coming on the status. It's in the group. It's in the group, guys. In the status, in the group. In Orsini's Uncensored Mind official group on Facebook. I posted the status there. If you have an independent wrestling company that you either work for that deserves more respect, or you've heard of, or you visited as a fan, or you've attended, let me know. I will do the research. We'll start talking more independent wrestling in the very, very near future. We're going to move on because that was just an update on what was going on. We're going to move on. And I have to discuss the story. And this was brought to my attention. This is the one that I said, no, this is a different one. The one that I said earlier was our top story. This one was brought to me also by a fan. They wanted to get my opinion on something. This was a question that was sent in. First name, Jeffrey. I didn't get more information than that, unfortunately, because I like to do name and like where they're from because it sounds very professional, but hey, what you gonna do? Sometimes people respond, sometimes they don't. But the kid's name is Jeffrey. I know that because of Facebook. So I know his name is fucking Jeffrey. He doesn't have a location on his page. So, anywho's, it was brought to my attention. He said, "What are your thoughts on the Dean Ambrose conflict?" I loved the fact that he wrote conflict because in my mind, that's exactly what it is. So, what's your thoughts on the Dean Ambrose conflict? That's all that he wrote. Not my thoughts on the Shield thing or being used as a single. There was real no specifics. But the reason why it still caught my eye and it made me want to think, or should I say made me want to discuss it, is because the Dean Ambrose conflict is a puzzling mystery to me. Now that I'm seeing it unfold, with the Shield together and Dolph Ziggler's in his ear and McIntyre's in his ear and he's kind of torn between doing his own thing and the Shield. I can kind of see where it's headed now. But even now, even knowing or having an idea of where it's headed, this initial situation just doesn't make any sense. None of it makes sense. I said it when he came back. If you go back, I forgot which episode number it was. Mrs. O and the Great Eyebrow Conundrum was when it came up. Yes, the Great Eyebrow Conundrum. Dean Ambrose has no eyebrows. He technically, I think he does. Technically, on paper, there are hair follicles there, but it's so light you can't even. It's literal brow. It's brow. It's that skin, that fleshy area right above the fucking eye socket. No hair, man. No hair. I said it in that episode, and I'll say it again now. Him returning by the side of Seth Rollins and eventually sliding into the Shield's comfort zone. Garbage. How can you, the great Jim Cornette said, how can I miss you if you never go away? He was gone. It was perfect. He was stale as baby shit that was left in the sun and unsupervised in Australian heat. Wink, wink. All my fans out there. Okay? That boy was disgustingly, unsanitarily fucking stale. And he was gone for 9 months. They stretched it. on TV. Oh, you almost died from a staph infection. Relax. He caught it early, okay? It was no Punk situation, okay? But the conflict being discussed here is you had an opportunity right then. He came back. He was fresh, looked good, cut, not just jacked, but cut, haircut, whole new deal. He looked like a whole new man. And you come back and you put him right back in the same shit he was doing before he left. Good God. Let's talk about a step back. The Shield is a step back. Now, I think at this point they're doing the Shield just to build toward an eventual heel turn. That's my assumption. But even still, I think the situation is a lose-lose. I really do. If you want my thoughts on it, which is what you asked, here's my thoughts on it. Dean is in a lose-lose situation. Either he stays with the Shield and he plays third wheel and bitch boy because the two assholes are walking around with the two top singles belts in the company. Okay, yes, the Intercontinental Championship, in my opinion, right now is being used better than the WWE Championship. And that's a crying shame, but it's what it is. So those two guys are basically holding the two most prestigious championships on the planet. And then there's Dean, not doing a whole lot. Now, I laid it down a while ago, this whole heel turn business for Dean Ambrose. I laid it down. I laid it down how I would do it. They're not doing it the way I would do it, which is fine. You're a company. You run it the one you want. You run it the way you want to run it. But good God Almighty, this didn't make any sense. He's in a lose-lose. He either stays with the Shield and he stays a bitch, or he turns heel on the Shield. And the heel part is great, but how he does it is wrong. Because if you do a heel turn where you turn your back on the Shield, where you basically just recreate the Seth Rollins turn, that's carrying no momentum with that. No momentum. Who buys into that shit? Who would buy into that? That's exactly what Seth did. They're going to do it every time now? The eventual Roman turn will be them reuniting as a Shield and then he turns on him? Can we get off the Ferris wheel, please? This is a lose-lose. First of all, I would have loved to have seen Dean either debut or dabble down the line with completely new and fresh talent. That's the whole point. He's not stale anymore. He's fresh. He's new. But to put him right back into what is not fresh, what is not new, over and over and over again, the Shield's becoming worse than DX, where they just randomly, no rhyme or reason, they just appear as a team and then one day they're not. I don't know what the Shield is right now. They came back with the Shield music of the two guys walking down the ramp, and then the next week they came out to Shield music. And then the next week, they came out to their individual shit. And then the next week, they came out to Shield music, but this time from the crowd. I don't know what this group is anymore. It's doing, in all honesty, it's not doing any man in this group any favors. It's not doing Seth any favors. It's not doing Roman any favors. It's not doing Dean Ambrose any favors at all. What are they gaining from this? What are they getting from being the Shield? Oh, we get a nice 6-man tag every now and then on Monday Night Raw. That's what we're getting from it? I don't need a 6-man tag on Raw every fucking week now with the Shield. I did that before. It's called 2014. And to be honest with you, it was doper then than it is now. To see them in a 6-man tag format now is such a fucking waste. It's a waste. You're putting all of your eggs into the one basket. I could get 3 decent feuds out of this. You have a 3-hour show and your biggest fucking guns are all together. How is that a smart plan? Now, if you're doing this for the eventual heel turn, I guess if that's how we're going to get there, but that's a shitty way to get there. He didn't need to join the Shield to turn heel. What is the heel turn going to mean more now because he turned on the Shield? Like I said, it's been done. Better than this, by the way, because at least before, we didn't see it coming. This time, I mean, you'd have to be a fucking, you'd have to be Mr. Magoo with an allergic reaction to something to not see this shit coming. This is ridiculous. You'd have to be blind as fuck to not see this heel turn coming. Absolutely 100%. So as far as my thoughts on the Dean Ambrose conflict, that'd be it. There's no winning in this. He's currently... And if you would have given me Dean Ambrose before his return and said, AJ, plan this out for me, I could have did that for you. Current situation, he's in a sinking ship. That's what his situation is. That's what his situation is. His career right now is the Titanic. Can he rebound? Of course he can rebound. He's Dean Ambrose. He's talented as fuck. He's a good guy and a great worker. He will overcome this. But they're not doing him any fucking favors right now. Any. Even if the idea was sympathy, we're going to put him back with the Shield and make you feel again, and then we're going to crush you. It won't crush us. Not the way that Seth did. It's been done. It's been done. It's like every time they try to recreate that magical moment. You know how horrible This Is Your Life 2 and 3 were? There's only one This Is Your Life, man. And there's only one turning on the Shield. I don't know where it's headed, but I tell you this, it's a lose-lose. Speaking of not having an opportunity to win, I know how you can have a chance to really, really win. Hey guys and gals, it's your boy ajorsini, and I'm going to tell you right now, there's going to be a point, okay, when you're sitting on that couch thinking of some of life's greatest mysteries. Like, what is that small square little pocket on your jeans? What is that for? Why didn't they create a Tickle Me Elmo that occasionally pissed itself? You know, not all the time, just occasionally, you know, on the days that he drank pretty heavily. What does permanent press do? Why did kamikaze pilots even bother with helmets in the first place? Well, I don't have answers to those questions. But I do have the answers to the most important question of all. What's the sexiest t-shirt you can possibly get your hands on? And that's the Orsini's Uncensored Mind t-shirt. Great, cotton, sexy, form-fitting, or loose, depending on your choice. Big logo right on the front. All you need to do is head over to www.prowrestlingtees.com/AJOUM. Sexy tee. Buy it. So we have to talk about the next topic here. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to rewind because I was doing a little research earlier and had to freeze frame this a little bit. So we're going to get into this right here. What am I talking about? Here we go. Brie Bella. We got to talk about Brie Bella here. Now, just for a quick second, and I know you're not going to like what I have to say about this because I could already see on social media is just not working out here for this poor, unfortunate souls. Brie Bella was a part of a six-woman tag match here on Raw. I'm actually recording this Monday night. So whatever happens on SmackDown, unfortunately, I'm going to miss it. I got some things to do tomorrow, so I'm not going to be able to record it tomorrow. But I did catch Raw here. So I have it freeze-framed here. Now, before I get into it, I'm going to call this shit live to you. Live to you. This is not going to be based off of memory. I have it in front of me right now on the DVR. Right now, it's currently freeze-framed. It's Brie Bella pointing to her opponent, setting up the yes kicks with Liv Morgan on her knees, a comfortable position, I'm sure. Got the mouth open, holding her gut. This is what they... No, I'm just joking. I'm fucking around. But look, here's the thing. Before I play this clip and call this out for you guys right here, a little color commentary for you. I know that regardless of what I say, and regardless of what professionals say to the rest of the world, you people are going to have your own opinions regardless. Regardless. You guys are going to have your own fucking opinions. And everyone is shitting on Brie Bella, and rightfully so. She's the person who made this mistake. All right? There's no way around it. She made a mistake. But I'm going to show you, or at least I'm going to try to illustrate to you why that mistake took place and how you can make the same mistake so you shouldn't judge. But again, they're going to blame her anyway. And the reason why is because it's becoming a pattern. All right? Let's go back to the Raw, the travesty of that tag team match where Brie Bella attempted those suicide dives. And you know how that went. Self-pile driver on 2 occasions. Dives are not Brie Bella's thing. Okay? 2 attempts, mind you. First one was a complete fail. The second one was a super ultra mega fail. If she would have did a third, she would have crapped out. She'd have broke her neck. She'd have leaded herself. Inverted German to the outside. That was an episode of Raw. We fast forward again to the episode of SmackDown where she puts in the yes lock rather wrong and almost separates Zelina Vega's shoulder completely out. And then we fast forward now to this. Now, if you did not catch Raw, it is a 6-woman tag team match. The Riot Squad, Liv Morgan, Sarah Logan, Ruby Riot against the Bellas, Nikki and Brie, and Natalya. That is the 6-woman tag. Now, up until this point, Brie is already kind of fighting against the curve here because of all these incidences that I just laid out for you. Botch dives and an elbow ripping, and of course the Maurice match. I didn't even get to that. No real injuries, no real mess-ups, but just, this has not been a good return for the Bellas at all. Now, to be fair, they weren't good before they left. A hiatus in the pregnancy is not going to change that. So here we go. We're going to hit the play here because I have to describe these things. So I'm going to hit play, but I'm going to do it in slow-mo. Okay, so we're going slow-mo here. Straight kicks to the chest. Yes kick. She does the point. There's a thing called the setup. There's a feed to it. So Liv has to take the kick to the chest, sell it, but then pop out. It's a feed where the chest is supposed to come up until this point. I just paused it right now at a freeze frame. I think we're 2 or 3 kicks in already. Up until the point, the timing's been good. Timing has been good. So we'll see here. We're going to undo it. Kick. Everything's going okay. And then, bam, right there to the face. Boom, boom. Now, probably wondering to ourselves, how did that genuinely happen? Okay, let's bring it back just a little bit, just so I can make sure I'm describing this scene correctly. Okay, because the kick, it's very important to get this kick in frame right there. I went too far. Hold on, let's get that back. Get that back, brother. Here we go. Timing. This is where the fuck up was. Timing. Feed, kick, sell. Here comes Liv again. Feed, kick, sell. Perfect timing. We're going 1, 2, 3. Rhythmic. Feed, kick. Now there's the problem. Bam. That is the problem. Liv Morgan has never sold the yes kicks before. After you get the rhythm going, it's kick, taunt, or point, depending on your situation. Kick, taunt, and then multiple kicks. And then the wind back, whoa, and then a mega kick. Now, if you've taken the move before, you know exactly that's how it goes. So Liv Morgan sold. Kick, sell, feed. Kick, sell, feed. When Brie went into the rapid kicks, Liv did not change the timing. She stayed to the kick, sell, feed. Well, when that happens, folks, when you don't keep up to the spot, here it is again. I'm rewinding it. Kick, and then here comes the rapid kicks, and out. She went to feed to keep the momentum going, and she got whopped. Now, am I sitting here trying to say Brie is free and innocent of all mistakes? No. Am I going to put the injury on the injured person? No. It's just a shitty situation. That's the point I'm trying to make. It's a shitty situation. I am not going to sit here and bury Brie Bella for this. If anything, I feel super bad for Brie because it's becoming a pattern. It's becoming habitual at this point for bad things to just keep happening to this poor woman over and over and over again. I've rewound. I'm going to watch it again. I want to confirm. There's the kick, feed, sell, kick, sell, feed, kick, sell, and feed. She's got the timing down. And when the rapid kicks come, kaboom! If she would have had dentures, they would have been in the 4th row. She got mollywopped. Now, my wife was watching with me, and she had pointed out that there was 2 kicks to the face, the initial knockout kick, and as Liv was coming down, she got booted again. And she said, well, she's looking right at her. She kicked her on purpose. She did not kick her on purpose. The planned spot is multiple kicks. I mean, fast and furious, they're supposed to come. It's like a machine. It's a routine deal. Those kicks are coming. She knows she hit her in the face. That part I'll give you. But just because you hit her in the face doesn't mean you knocked her out. In those kicks, in the yes kicks, even Daniel has hit people in the face. It happens. You can't kick a small target like a wide open chest, especially on a woman. On a guy, you can intentionally aim low around the nipple area, possibly even the upper abdomen, depending on the situation, to avoid the face. You can't do that with a woman. She's got tits. So you have to aim high. That's why when you feed, as a woman, when you feed the chest, you've got to feed it, baby. You've got to be chest up, chin up. You've got to, and I've seen this happen before, you've got to be so open for that shot across the chest. Sometimes you might get a hit in the throat. I've seen it. I've called matches where this has happened, where they went to chop the chest, and I've noticed with larger, endowment, larger boobs, it's an easier target. It's a smaller target, but an easier target because the boobs are big. So it's smaller. The chest is right here. It's easy to hit. With smaller boob women, it's a little more difficult because you don't have such an obstruction. So you have to aim high to play it safe. You don't want to go across the chest where you think the chest is, hit a nipple and fuck some shit up. So you got to aim high, which is what she did. She did exactly what she was supposed to do. The timing was just off. That's it. She took the kicks as normal as she could, but she never picked up the tempo. She never changed the timing. So she got whopped. It happens, folks. It happens. It's not Brie Bella's fault. It's not Liv Morgan's fault. It's shit that just happened. That's it. Stop killing this woman online. I know this looks bad. Look, boom. Boom, boom. It was like fight night with feet. So, okay, I'm going to let this play because that wasn't my problem. Believe it or not, the kick to the face was not my problem. I mean, it sucks, and I wish her the best. I hope she gets better. It's a bad situation. It's live TV. You don't want to get rocked like that. You don't. That's scary. That kick out is scary. She is out. Now, the beauty of being a woman in this matchup is the hair. Hair is important here. Hair is covering up the face. I can already tell they're having a very frantic conversation. Brie is trying with everything in her fucking might to get this woman awake and responsive, which is good on Brie's part. Here's the upcoming problem that I have, and this is the part I'm going to get really mad about in a second. Really mad about. Here we go here. Boom. Brie's brilliant plan, because I can assure you Liv did not come up with this. Brie's brilliant plan is take me to the corner so you can tag out. That's what happened there. She grabbed Liv by the hair, and she said, take me to the corner, get the fuck out. That's exactly what happened, I can promise you. All right? It technically is an assumption. I don't know for sure, but I've been in situations like this before. I'm telling you, he's right here. She picks her up by the face. They're talking as closely as possible. She's trying to get Liv to at least be aware enough to take her to the corner. She's saying, take me to the corner, get the fuck out. There's the problem right there. She's leaving it up to Liv. Get me to the corner. So Liv has to do the most disgusting. It's the Owen Hart roll-up. It's that disgusting no strength in the legs push. That I will give Liv Morgan credit. In my lifetime, I've had 3 major concussions. 3 major blackout concussions. Headaches for days concussions. I don't know if she truly legitimately had a grade whatever concussion. I don't know how she was able to push Brie into the corner. It took 2 attempts to do it, but the fact that she found the courage to do it is amazing. She's tough. And she pushed her off into the corner there. But that's all this I'm saying is not what pissed me off. What pissed me off was the push. The fact that Ruby and Sarah allowed Liv to even do the push. Now, I don't know what the script said. I don't know what the plan spot was. All I know is that the plan, technically speaking, should have gone out the window right at the concussion. Right at the concussion. Here's the situation. This is why I got upset. Brie is trying to make sense of the situation. I can't just take her to the corner. That would be dumb. So she needs to move me. So she tells a concussed person, move me to the corner so you could tag out. That should not have been Liv's fucking responsibility. She's clearly out. My wife said the same thing. Well, what do you expect them to do? I expect them to be fucking professionals. In that situation, and I'm going to tell you what I would have done. because it was the first thing I thought of. Natalya is the most experienced member in the ring, but she's the babyface. Traditionally speaking, heels call the match. Heels will sometimes make the decision. That's why it's important to have veteran heels in the ring whenever you have matches like this. In this case, they had that. Ruby Riott is experienced worldwide. She knows the drill. She's been in that ring a million times. She knows what to do. She knows what not to do. This is where I put the blame either on her or Sarah. Not for the injury or for the match turning out the way that it did. Obviously not. Shit happens. I'm just upset about the fact that they left Liv out to fucking dry here. That should not have been the situation. Here's Liv Morgan, concussed as shit, trying to pull off a triple suplex spot. She just got suplexed. She has a fucking concussion. Okay? Clearly has a concussion. Okay? I have a problem with the way that Ruby and Sarah handled this. Here we have a timeout. We could have gotten to that timeout a lot different. Here's how that happens. I know I'm jumping around because it's happening live. It's getting into my head, and it's making me point shit out. But here, I'm pausing it right now just so it can stop fucking distracting me. The minute you see Liv's dead carcass hit the fucking mat, that should have been an indication she might be out. You are in a beneficial situation for this. If Brie Bella and Liv Morgan were having a singles match and Liv Morgan gets concussed from yes kicks, you can still do that spot where Brie picks her up, Liv struggles to get her into the corner. She could have did like a shoulder tackle spot or something. Just use the momentum. Brie could have oversold. Now we got an injured back. It buys her time to catch herself. There's different things we can do there. Okay? You're in a 6-woman tag. 6-woman tag. You have the opportunity to legally buy as much time as you need. Why? As soon as Liv drops dead, literally just unconscious on the ground, and Brie shoots the leg for the count. Why isn't Ruby Riott charging into the ring, breaking up the count, powdering Brie to the side, dragging Liv's dead carcass to the fucking corner, tagging, shoving her out of the way, and then continuing? Because at least then you don't expose Liv. Liv looked dead. She didn't need to look dead, at least not in that situation. I give the girl credit. She got in there, took that big bump. We took a timeout. They went to commercial. When we come back from commercial, it's a 3-on-2 with the heels at the disadvantage. What sympathy were you trying to get for your baby faces when they're the man advantage? The Riott Squad lost a member due to injury, had the disadvantage 3-on-2, and still won the fucking match. How the fuck are they heels? How the fuck are they heels? You can't boo that. That was amazing. They're wonderful performers. I have to support them now. I can't boo these chicks. Riott Squad looked dope tonight. They overcame the odds. They beat those dreaded Bellas and Natalya for concussing their fucking partner. They overcame the odds and beat the villains in the end. It's a joke. There's a million ways you could have fixed that. I get it. It's a bad situation. You never want that situation to happen to anybody. I don't wish harm on anybody. I don't blame negatively the women in this matchup. All I'm suggesting is that there were other ways to do this. Less painful ways. Imagine if Brie's talking to Liv Morgan. Liv has a concussion. Clearly has a concussion. And your response to that is to have her get up and move you and then time out with a triple suplex spot. That's dangerous. It's dangerous. There's no other way to fucking describe it. It is dangerous. So for everybody out there giving her shit for this, oh, she's terrible, she's this, she's that, anybody on that roster, including her husband, could have made that spot. Could have fucked up that spot. And from what I understand, Daniel Bryan has fucked up that spot before. It's very fuck upable. It's a very small window. People think kicks to the chest. It's just kick to the chest. Until you do it. It's very, very hard to lay that in there as real as possible without genuinely injuring somebody. It's hard. This business is hard. Performing in it is hard. It takes a toll. It's not easy to do. Speaking of which, taking a toll, while you guys are sitting there bashing Brie Bella over this mistake, I'm looking to the side here, and I'm starting to slowly see some things. So, if you haven't already, heard, there's a lot of rumors circulating about a particular somebody who survived the ranks, who looks to be joining yet again. There's an old buddy of ours, the old Heartbreak Kid. There's a lot of talk, a lot of rumor going down that HBK's hiatus as a WWE performer might be coming to a temporary end. So there's been talks, as we all know, Super Show October 6th coming up. Triple H and The Undertaker for the last time. We've been discussing this a little bit and the connection with Evolution and Saudi Arabia. A lot of shit going on here. This is a very busy fall season for the WWE. But we brought it up, Super Show anyway, for the Triple H Undertaker catastrophe that's about to take place. And now they have added Kane to the corner of The Undertaker and Shawn Michaels to the corner of Triple H. And believe you me, folks, for all you people who were wondering, for all you people who had the idea in your head that perhaps the rumors could be true and Shawn Michaels could be coming out of retirement, as if it wasn't enough for us to speculate. The WWE advertises the match, they show the graphic, and right behind The Undertaker is Kane, completely in gear, and right behind Triple H is Shawn Michaels, completely in gear. The rumor match for HBK would be a tag match. The Brothers of Destruction against D-Generation X at Saudi Arabia in November, and people are shitting a chicken. And this time, I concur. This looks bad. Now, a lot of people are respecting Shawn Michaels because he has been retired for so long. He's stayed 100% true to his word. He's been out of the game 8 years. Consistently, no breaks. He hasn't come out for anybody, including the WWE. And according to him, he's been turning down dollar after dollar after dollar to do so. But it sounds and it looks like he's going to be taking a bigger paycheck here and performing in Saudi Arabia. That's where he wants his return match to happen. Saudi Arabia. A company that's about to do business with a country with questionable values and morals, of which all over the internet. Now, I know someone in Saudi Arabia has been downloading my show, and I'm not disparaging the country. I'm just saying there's some laws over there that are not too kosher. Keeping it real here. I know you downloaded the show, but I gotta keep it genuine over here. I can't be hypocritical about this. I appreciate the fact that some of you have downloaded the show, but truth is truth. You guys don't exactly have the easiest women's laws over there. Okay? And this is that situation. We spoke about it last week, Evolution Saudi Arabia tie-in. I'm not going to go into that again. If you want to listen to that, episode 53 is available for you at ajoursinine.podbean.com. But as far as this particular situation, yeah, I'm going to have to actually buy on that. You look silly doing that. You look money hungry doing that. You keep saying you did all these things. I turned down this money here. I turned that idea there, yada, yada, yada. But then you went and you did it anyway. So what was the point? What was the point? Why pass up on all that shit before? What? You wanted to get your hands on some Saudi money? Is that what it was? You saw the gate? You saw the gate and you said to yourself, man, I gotta get a piece of that action. I really, really hope it doesn't work out that way. I really, really hope, Shawn, that it doesn't happen in that way, that Shawn comes back for one match only, Saudi Arabia, Triple H and the Brothers of Destruction. That match would be right up there with the current Triple H Undertaker match. I don't need it. I don't need it. I don't want it. You guys have destroyed the game. You guys are the best performers of all time. I get it. I get it. The thirst is real. And it's a big building. There's a lot going on there in Australia. But I was kind of hoping you guys would be able to resist. I was kind of hoping. But Shawn just might. He just might. I guess we'll know for sure on October 6th when we go to Super Show, because I have a feeling, and I'm not the only one in this, but I got that feeling that this Super Show, the whole point of this match is just to promote the one in Saudi Arabia, to have one hell of a package and make it a really extreme Super Show down in Saudi Arabia. That's the best I can think of, and it wouldn't be too far off. Hey everybody, this is your main man, AJ Orsini, and I am your host of Orsini's Uncensored Mind, and that's the show where I dig into this old brain here, this old cerebellum, and pull out the most unadulterated, uncensored thought. I'm just about whatever's rolling around in here, man. We're talking about TV shows, music, comic books, games, movies, all forms of entertainment, and of course my primary field of expertise, professional wrestling. If you're down for all that, down for interviews with up-and-coming talent, down for roundtable discussions, down for all that stuff, head over to ajoum.podbean.com every Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Got a problem with Podbean? No problem with me. You can check me out on all kinds of platforms: iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher Radio, Google Play Music, TuneIn Radio app, Listen Notes, Castbox.fm, and now, starting right now, you can catch me on iHeartRadio. 15 countries, thousands of downloads. Join the squad of vote today.
And now back to Action News 5. Our top story tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention? I've just been handed an urgent and horrifying news story.
That's right. Our top news story of the day, or night, or evening. It doesn't matter. Turn it off. I like that graphic. Or that sound. It is nice. Anywho, top news is very simple, folks. The WWE has put its foot in its own mouth. The WWE has once again done something ridiculous. And I'm not here to kill it. I'm actually here not to defend it, but to have the decent conversation about it, because it's not as difficult as people have been dismissing it. That's the biggest problem I have here. People's been dismissing it. So for those of you who don't know, WWE put a little package together. They've been promoting it on their social media. It's on the WWE YouTube account. All you need to do is head over to YouTube and dial in WWE and then see what's up with that. It's called Attitude Era versus Current Era WWE Head to Head. I cannot stress to you enough how stupid this concept is. Once again, the WWE trying so hard to tap into that old fan base, try to convince them that they're wrong, that what they're seeing today is good, yada, yada, yada. You're not going to be able to convince these fucking people that what they're seeing is good when they grew up with what they grew up with. Okay? If people, grew up with watching movies with fuck shit ass bitch shooting in the face and yada, 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 they're not going to get much out of a movie that says that when the protagonist says they're going to kick somebody's butt. And it doesn't really work out that way. So I've been having this argument for years with people about the Attitude Era and Current Era. I've had this conversation with many people. I've yet to really have it on the podcast. So we will keep this. This won't be that long, I promise you, because it's not that long a conversation. But I wanted to divulge into the video itself. I know last week I played the Truth.com commercial. I will be doing the same thing here. So I'm going to play a little bit of the audio. And I'm going to be pausing it from time to time to get my point across on what I wanted to discuss. Because for me to write this down doesn't really do it justice. You don't want to hear me just reading it, all right? I want to let the WWE explain it for itself. So let's play some audio here, and then we can get on it. That was the wrong clip. Sorry, that was a mistake on my end. I just needed a moment to myself. Let me see. Shanti. Yes, feels good. I feel better already. I was coming into this angry, but I feel better now. I feel good. You guys should try that. It's really, really good. Okay, all right. I have the real audio clipped up here. Here we go. Let's let this rock a little bit. I will pause it at certain points. All right. So let's let this rock.
Give me a hell yeah! The Attitude Era was the best era in WWE history, and I will hear no arguments.
No, you buffoon. WWE has never been better than it is right now.
The Attitude Era was the best.
It wasn't better 20 years ago. It's better now.
The Attitude Era.
Current era.
Attitude Era.
Current era.
Attitude Era. Current era.
Okay, pause. That's the intro to the video, okay? That entire 23 seconds that you just heard is exactly the WWE's problem right now. It stems right from that. This never-ending love affair with the Attitude Era, which will never fucking die. Ever, 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 ever. For as long as people my age cling to this fucking thing like a young drooling toddler stuck to his blankie, they will never fucking let the Attitude Era go. I'm not tipping my hand to what I'm going to talk about later. It just bothers me to no end that we're even having this fucking conversation. We didn't do this, and when we were having the Attitude Era, we didn't, the Golden Era versus the Attitude Era or the San Martino Era. We didn't do that. We didn't give a fuck about the previous era. There's this obsession right now with people trying to cling to the Attitude Era. It's so crazy. I grew up in the Attitude Era. It was great. It was a great time, but it was a while ago. Let it go. All right, we'll talk more about this. Let's play the rest of this. Hold on.
Okay, that got a little out of hand, but look, no one is saying the superstars of the past or present are any better or more talented than the other.
False. That is literally the fucking conversation every fucking day. Pause it right there. That's literally the fucking conversation. It happens all the time. The old heads will look at the current generation and say, yeah, they're athletic, but they're a bunch of pussies. They're always hurt, and they can't do this, and they can't do that. And then it's the other way. Oh, the fucking old guys from back in the day, punches and kicks and clotheslines. That's all they can fucking do. Besides blowing up cars, the in-ring products suck. It's literally the entire fucking argument. That the athletes of today, as a matter of fact, the title itself is the argument, right? It's the athletes of today and the superstars of yesterday. That's how this conversation always fucking goes. It's how it always fucking goes. All right, I'm going to let you guys rock. I'll rant after the fact. Yeah.
That being said, the Attitude Era was the right product for the right time, and that's why it ruled.
There's a reason why the Attitude Era is finished, and that's because the 90s are finished.
Bing! Ding! Winner! You could never have another Attitude Era again. That era cannot exist again. Just like you can't do another 70s. Just like you can't do another 20s. Every era is different from other eras. Just because it was cool when you were a kid doesn't make it cool now. And it'll be less and less cool as the time goes on.
If you're a product of your time, eventually that time ends, and you have to evolve.
Sure, some of it didn't age all that great, and whoever did GTV would probably be in jail right about now. But it was adventurous, provocative, and captivating programming that spilled over into everyday life. And as good as today's shows are, that stuff just doesn't happen anymore.
Also true. They provided moments, and I think sometimes that's what people cling to, that they don't have that many memorable moments anymore. The WWE doesn't provide those kind of moments anymore. It's a different type of entertainment venue now. It's more athletic-based. Very few storylines that are really that outrageous. Pretty much cookie-cutter storylines involved with super athletes. So it's a different form.
No, better stuff happens. Today's WWE is built to last. It gives fans more variety and a deeper bench with global outreach that the company wasn't ready for in the 90s.
Pause. Right there. Right there. That's a huge point. Now, you can make the argument that speaks more to wrestling than the WWE, but the WWE in the 90s, while it had a very while it had a very legendary, let's say that, a very nice roster of talent, your Stone Cold Steve Austins, your Rocks, your Undertakers, that's great. You also had your Golgas, your Gangrels, your Tom Brandys. These are the motherfuckers. These motherfuckers existed. There's this fetish that comes with the Attitude Era that everybody in the Attitude Era was great. Not the case at all. Right now in the WWE, that's just wrestling, because you can go even further in wrestling. The WWE right now has a larger talent base right now than it's ever had, with great athletes in it and great people. It's a dope era. Let's continue on.
As fun as the beer showers were, the Attitude Era never had a Cruiserweight Classic, never had a Mixed Match Challenge, never had a UK division, and let's just say an all-women's pay-per-view would have looked very different.
Very different.
You say it wasn't built to last. I say it was too good to last. There's a reason the superstars of today always point to those shows and those superstars as their inspirations. They grew up on those shows. They went to those shows, and they remember the atmosphere. The Attitude Era created stars that shaped the next 20 years, and because of the Monday Night Wars, every show felt like it could have been its last.
And it should have been.
Plus, the audience was totally ready to go down with the ship. It's been a long time since the arena was covered in signs instead of cell phones, and I'll admit, I miss the feeling of watching lightning in a bottle in real time.
Okay, real quick. The signs. The arenas used to be filled with that shit. The signs used to be dope. But this whole, signs instead of cell phones. Nigga, I don't need to take magic marker to a piece of paper. I'm live tweeting, bitch. I'm live tweeting from the fucking building. I need my hands free of markers and poster board to make sure my 140 characters meets the masses. Jesus Christ. A very snobbish thing to say. But okay, go ahead.
Everyone's holding up a sign that says like Dave 316
Yeah,
or like
waste of time.
Hi Mom. It's ridiculous. It's not
Hi,
fun.
Mom.
Anyway, you must not be watching what's happening in the ring then. Thanks to the Performance Center, look at this training facility down in Florida. Thanks to upgraded
Beautiful.
production values, look at this LED ramp on Raw and SmackDown. Look at this pyro from WrestleMania 34. And as for lightning in a bottle, did you miss something called the Yes Movement?
Word.
No,
Sounds like you did.
I did not, but your point is taken. But you know what they say about opinions, right?
Huh? No.
Well, they're like,
Wow.
yeah, thanks, Stone Cold. Anyway, sound off in the comments, but only if you agree with me.
And especially if you don't.
Okay, that last part was funny. I give them credit for that. I don't know who the two yahoos are that are talking on this video. I like the fact that they're going back and forth. That's pretty cool. But we're going to wrap up. That is the end of that video there. So let's talk about this real quick. Attitude Era versus Current Era. I'm going to go ahead and go on the limb right now. I grew up with the Attitude Era. Actually, technically speaking, my earliest memories are the Golden Era, the Hogan, the Savages, the DiBiase's. But I grew up. I was a teenager during the Attitude Era. That's literally what the demographic was. Teenagers, frat boys. That's who they were going after with the tits and the violence and the yada yada. So I grew up with the Attitude Era. I am now currently in the, obviously, Current Era. And I'm going to tell you right now, to your face, the Current Era is better than the Attitude Era. There it is. It is. It is. Attitude Era was great. See, the problem with people when they hear better, they just assume black and white. I'm saying that the Current Era is better than the Attitude Era. So that's, people will interpret that and say, oh, he thinks the Attitude Era is shit. That is not what I'm saying. The Attitude Era is not shit. The Attitude Era is very, very, very awesome, and it was a lot of fun. But they were limited in that fun. There were only about 6 real players there, really making any actual damage there. A great mid-card and a pretty okay lower-tier curtain jerk talent bar. The storylines and the outrageousness is what made that era special. That's what made it special. The outrageousness. It wasn't just about the performances. It wasn't the people romanticize this era like it was just the greatest thing since sliced fucking bread. And you know what? On a grander scale, when you look at it, I have the numbers right in front of me. I'm going to rattle them off right now. I'm going to rattle off a few right here. All right, the PG era. I'm sorry, the reality era. We're going to go to the most recent era. Not the 2014, 2015, and 2016, just as a point of reference. Right? The average rating for a Monday Night Raw in 2014 was 2.9. The average rating in 2015 was 2.64. The average rating in 2016 was 2.26. 2017, 2018, I'm sure I can get it if I really put my fucking mind to it, but this is what I have in front of me. All right, 2.9, 2.64, 2.226. Those are not terrible numbers in the world of TV. They're not. Okay? If you want to really pay attention to the things that are on TV, that's why Fox offered the deal, because shows just don't get those numbers those days. But let's go a little further back. Okay? 2009, the average rating, 3.57. 2009. Okay, that was pretty much the start. That's the first full year of the PG era. 359. Now, to argue the point for those traditionalists who think this era is shitty, these numbers will help your argument. 2009, 3.7. 2010, 3.28. 2011, 3.21. We're dropping here. 2012, and even 3.0. That was the average rating for the year, was 3. 2013, it went up to 3.01. The average raised 0.01, and then we have those other numbers, 2.95. So it's been dramatically dropping. The Attitude Era Let's start here at 1998. Actually, it's a 5-year run. We're going to go from 98 to 02. The average rating in 98 was 4.3. It went up to a 5.9 in 1999. 5.9. Average. Meaning there was some that went up, some that went down, but the average was 5.9. The year 2000, 5.88. 2001, 4.64. 2002, 4.01. That's a lot of fucking ratings, folks, and it dribbled down from there. 2003, 3.76. That's the Ruthless Aggression era. 2004, 3.76. So we've got high numbers here, and we're just going down. So you're probably hearing this, and you're saying to yourself, yo, AJ, I mean, that's all the evidence you need, right? Attitude Era was the best. False. That does not mean the Attitude Era was the best. It just means more people were watching TV during that time period than now. Now we have smartphones and laptops and DVRs and Hulu and Netflix and Amazon Prime and all these different fucking things. Half of the people that I know in life no longer even have cable boxes. Everything is streaming services. So these numbers, although they're dropping, they're not a reflection as to what's actually taking place here. That's why when people like to throw these numbers out, that's why I threw them out now, to prove a point. And the point is these numbers, while still in an ever-changing generation, are still great numbers. And the reason they're pulling these guys in is for the performances. The in-ring product has never been better. They have more relatable stars than they've ever had. With AJ Styles and Daniel Bryan and Seth Rollins. They have all these relatable talent. They have talent from all around the world. A UK division. The Cruiserweight Classic, like they mentioned, bringing in new talent from around the world. New talent of all shapes and sizes and genders. We have an Evolution pay-per-view for women. How is this not the best era? I don't understand the facts. There was no unit of measurement other than the one I just gave you, which is the rating, where you can point to me and say that it's a better genre or a better time, a better product, I should say, not a better time, better product. Attitude Era is a better product than the current era, and I just think it's bullshit. I'm 35 years old, folks. I grew up with the shit. I'm not stabbing you in the back. I'm just telling you like it is. The athletes of today are better than the athletes of yesterday. But that's always going to be the fact. 30 years from now, there's going to be a group of kids sitting in a room very similar to this that are going to be better than the current roster. It's called evolution. Not just a pay-per-view, but an actual genetic thing. These things take place. There are rules in place that deal with this. You guys have to take this stuff into consideration here. The Attitude Era was a great time. A great time. But it's over. It's done. We got to stop having this conversation about the Attitude Era. It's not doing anybody any favors. It's very, very hard for these guys to truly get over when all anybody can think about is the guys from yesterday. Let it go. It was a great time. Even the performers from that era are over it. It's done. It's done. Let's stop with this bullshit. I don't need any more Rock versus Taker versus Triple H matches. I don't need any more Rock returns. I don't need any more Stone Cold returns. These are my favorite performers of all time. I don't need them anymore. We have a whole new era and a whole new locker room full of guys that are just waiting to be legends. They're just waiting for the old guard to get the fuck out of the way. And they'll be fine. There's a place in this world for everybody. But at the top of the food chain right now, it should not be us. We should be guiding these people. We should be helping these people get over. And even if you don't feel like helping them get over, do yourself a favor, get the fuck out of the way, and let them get themselves over. Sink or swim, bitches. If they can't get over, they can't get over. At least it was on them. But I'm sick and tired of fans. I'm sick and tired of workers. I'm sick and tired of people all around this industry who keep fantasizing about the shit from yesteryear. It's the same people who get mad about, the new Ninja Turtles or some shit. It's not your fucking show anymore. It's somebody else's. Let them fucking be. You like your shit? Go watch your shit. I know a lot of people who don't watch any of the current pay-per-views. They just have the network for all the old shit. And you know what? That's fine. Do that. But in your process for creative freedom, you don't need to shit on other people. Okay? The current era is the era that is here. Past is not here anymore. It's in the past. Let it go. Let it breathe. Let it live. Jesus Christ. Sorry to end it with another rant, folks, but that's just the way the cookie crumbles on that, because it's just a very infuriating topic to have with people. If you just debated the facts back and forth and you were able to counter my argument with something with substance, I would hear you out. But there's so many people online who just fight for the fucking sake of fighting, for the fucking physical act. I'm not down for that shit. I'm really not. You want to stick your dick in the Attitude Era? Great for you. Hope you bought it a meal and had the courtesy to give it a reach around. But not me. I love the Attitude Era. It was a fun fucking time. It is over. And to be honest with you, give it a choice between the old shit and this shit. I'm choosing this shit. And if that's something that people lose from me, they lose a little respect from me from saying that, I'm sorry, it's a fact. I'm watching right now as I record this, right now in the ring, Chad Gable, Bobby Roode on the side. These are great guys, great athletes, great talents that if they weren't in the PG era would be doing amazing things. So I'm not going to penalize them for that. So that's the end of that. Attitude Era versus Current Era. Let me know what you think. I think I already know how most of you are going to sway. But it's not as one-sided as it would seem, because on social media it was very balanced back and forth. People saying this, people saying that. Okay, so give me your thoughts, what you thought about the topic. Attitude Era versus Current Era. A lot of stuff going on here. Thank you guys once again for listening. I gave you all the platforms on where to catch the show, ajoum.pompey.com. Thank you for all the countries. Thank you for all the downloads. And thank you, iHeartRadio. This will be the first episode uploaded on that streaming site. So thank you guys so much for letting me participate. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for downloading. Thank you guys for sharing. And thank you guys for enjoying. Good night. Signing off. Episode 54.
At my house. Listen to my daddy so. Or see me